Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, neither any of these blokes. This is my old mate, the Flying Elite. Flying Elite kicking us off in this Saturday extravaganza. That's right, it's going to be a Tier 5 extravaganza, or 5 Ace Tanker replays in one video, all from the Australian server, and you might see in some of these replays, or maybe all of these replays, you might see one of the features of the Australian server as well, and not just the Australian server, also the Latin American server, has, at low tiers, up to Tier 5, it has bots making up the numbers. In this game, there are 3 bots on each team. The bots are indicated by an icon next to the name, as well as a colon either end of their username, and that's the icons there. The Type 95, the A20, and the Valentine 2 on the Flying Elites team. On the enemy team, the M5 A1 Stewart, the AMX 40, and the DW2. There's always an even amount of bots on each team, and they're there to make up the numbers on a low population server, such as the Australian server and the Latin American server. They're the 2 main ones, they're the 2 only ones, as far as I'm aware. The benefit of these is at low tiers, you only need about 6 players 6 real players for a game, as long as they're ready. So sometimes if you see on the Australian server there's only 300 online, I've had games with less than 100 people online. So if you want to support your server, especially if it's the Aussie server, jump on. If there's only a couple of hundred, well, and if you're down to low tiers, or if you're a low tier grind that you haven't done yet, use it. Utilize the tools at your disposal. The tools at your disposal, if you like. Flying Elite's doing it. He's in the Wolverine. Now, saying he hasn't played this tank for a little while. Now, Flying Elite likes to put marks of excellence on these tanks, and this might be another one that he's starting to do. I'm not too sure. I'm sure he'll let me know sooner or later. 4 threes are scored. He's picked up 2 of the kills. The Wolverine is a Tier 5 American tank destroyer. Now, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. AP is standard, and he's nearly run out of it. But 76mm gun, 115 alpha damage, 128 penetration. That's with standard. 177 penetration with premium. 128 to 127. That's 49 extra. That's an increase of 50%. That's a pretty big jump, but anyway, maybe that's normal at Tier 5. APCR 177, and there's a HE option, which I'm not sure if he's going to be doing that. 5-5's the score. Flying Elite now looking at the mini map, I think, and he's thinking, what am I going to do to carry this game? Excuse me, got a frog in my throat today. Anyway, 5-5's the score. Like I mentioned, there are bots on the small population server, which is Australian, as well as the Latin American server. And I've found, even with 100 people online, I've had a game. And that might be, early in the day, early afternoon, late morning. You can still get a game at low tiers because the bots do make up the numbers. I'm told you only need 6 players. You need a minimum of 3 players on each team. So I'm told to get a game. And I mean, I'm a big fan of buying items made in Australia, and I'll play on the Australian server unless there's no other option, such as ranked battles and clan wars and stuff like that. But for randoms, the Aussie server is where I'm going to play. Flying Elite puts 3 shots into the AMX 40, sends him back to the garage, brings the score back to 8-6. 1,054 damage done so far. 160 assisted damage. Just kicking back here. It's still on full health. He's rocking backwards and forwards. Looking like... tipping he's got a pretty good crew in this bad boy. And that's AMX 40. I'm glad it's not a real player. He's just got farmed in the side. 1,172 hit points of damage done so far. Kicking back here. You can see he's got Coca-Cola there running as a premium consumable, which tells me he probably is trying to 3-mark this bag boy. Puts one into the side of the M4A1 Tier 5 American. The derp medium, that's another tank which might be affected by the changes to high explosive ammunition. Should they go through? I don't know. I've got my own theory on that. I don't reckon it will go through, but that's probably a topic for another day. 10-8 the score now as somebody rolls over the cap. The M5 Stewart in the north. 10-8. They're winning by 2 tanks. Flying Elite on 4 kills. 1,478 hit points of damage. Today's video is a Tier 5 extravaganza, showcasing the ANZ server, the best server in the world. Why aren't you playing on the ANZ server? Imagine if all the Aussies and Kiwis played on our server. How good would it be? You'd probably get games at all tiers like that all day. Maybe. That's my theory anyway. The score's 10-8. They're winning by 2 tanks. The M5 Stewart and maybe the PZ-48 looks like he might be starting to cap as well. Flying Elite on 4 kills. 1,478 damage done. There's a minute left on the cap. It looks like maybe only 1 tank is going to be capping. Decides, here's an easy kill. Bang! Picks up kill number 5. Brings the score up to 11-8. 1,574 damage done. There's a DW2. DW2 not aiming Flying Elite's way. Second shot doesn't land. He's out of standard ammunition. He's only got the APCR rounds left. Looking towards the M4A1. Looking towards the DW 2, whatever the hell that is, at tier 4. Left, right, looking, not sure. The M5 Stuart deciding I'm staying on the cap. And, well, he's on full health. Now, let him go. Thing with low tier gameplay is sometimes you see some interesting decisions being made, but you got to bear in mind it's generally newer players, so you can't pick on them for that. Blocks a shot for 110 hit points from the DW2. That's not too bad. Keeps his 142 hit points up his sleeve, and that brings his damage up to 1,947. There's a KV1 coming his way. They're not capping anymore. That Stuart's probably saw the KV1 and thought, well, I'm getting out of here. And the M4A1 derp shells the M5 Stuart. That's the same guy who was trying to cap earlier, and sends him back to the grudge. 2 real players left on the enemy team. 4 real players left on Flying Elite's team. I missed the top gun. He's already got 6 kills. Make that 7. And now all of a sudden, a Radley Walters is up for grabs. KV1 gets taken down to 108 hit points. There he goes for the 8th kill. Carries the win. Says no problem. 1,982 hit points of damage done. That's on the bottom of the screen. And let's have a look at the result. We know it was an ace because it's Flying Elite. He knows how to make aces, and I already said at the start of the video it's going to be 4 Ace Tanker Mastery Badge replays at Tier 5. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for the Flying Elite. Bruiser Medal. 5 for effect, 5 bonds because he got the Radley Walters for those 8 kills, high caliber, top gun, and top that with 1982 damage done. 8 kills, 1,291 base experience. He fired 30 shots, 23 hit, 21 penned, a little bit of assisted damage. Carried that out. Cost him a few credits though. Cost him 11,500 credits because he ran out of ammunition, and he's also paying full price for his Coca-Cola because Wargaming haven't put those on special for a long time, and people are starting to run out. Massive thanks to the Flying Elite for that replay. Don't forget to check him out on YouTube. Links down below, along with all the other stuff that I put down there. Give him a sub, a follow, a like, all that kind of jazz. And that's Flying Elite in the M10 Wolverine. Tier 5 American tank destroyer, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, let's move on to our second game. Now, this tank's going to feature twice in this video. Firstly, with my old mate Jumphoner from 1AR clan. In, what do you call it, the 5-4? The 5-4. This is the Tier 5 premium preferential matchmaking German medium tank. Medium by name, maybe not by nature. It does have a little bit of weight behind it. Now, he does zoom in and out like a champ. It's a good-looking tank, I reckon. This is a tank that looks like a tank that served in World War II. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Maybe I should have looked that up before I started recording. Pretty groovy camo there. Is that what camo is that? It looks good. It looks like looks a bit more like a desert camo than a summer camo, which I'd imagine. I imagine Fisherman's Bay is not a desert map. It doesn't look like it. There's not much sand. Then again, there's sand by the bay. Jumphoner is platooned up with his old mate Kiwi player in the T67, and GS Wombat, also from 1AR clan, in the Churchill 3. Now, the Churchill 3, I think, is preferential matchmaking as well. It is. That's the first tank that I 3-marked. Anyway, let's get to back to the game. Jumphoner from 1AR in the PZ54, the Tier 5 Premium Preferential Matchmaking German Medium Tank. Now, reason I stress preferential matchmaking, they've stopped making preferential matchmaking tanks. This is one of them. You can still buy it from time to time, but a long time ago, Wargaming said they wouldn't make any more preferential matchmaking tanks, and they haven't. That's, there is a list available of which ones are, and is he on a mission in this one? He's not on a mission, but he's got the APCR rounds loaded. He is ready to rock and roll. Now, again, this is on the Aussie server. You can see the bots on each team with those icons next to their name, as well as the colons either end of their username. He's got, where's the right button? That's the wrong button to push, Stewie. AP rounds are standard, 110 alpha damage for 110 penetration. APCR, 158 penetration. Jumphoner looking towards the enemy Panzer 4H. The Panzer 4H is not dissimilar to this tank, but I think it's got a bit of a derp cannon on it, and which could potentially ruin somebody's day. Lots of tanks down there at J1. Have a look at them. There's there's what is it, 5 tanks there? T28, a couple of arties, and a tank destroyer. Well, at least one of them is a bot, and if all the other bots are already dead. Jumphoner on Fisherman's Bay, platooned up his old mate GS Wombat in the Churchill 3, and Kiwi player in the T67. They're both playing in the middle of the map. You can see lots of enemy tanks on the eastern side. Jumphoner there. Look at that camo. That is a fantastic looking camouflage. I'll ask him next time I speak to him what kind of camo that is, because that looks absolutely fantastic. Looks like he's going to relocate over there towards the east, saying, well, those blokes can stay there. There's 4 of them. No one really trying to spot out this Panzer 4H. Maybe the Panzer 4H I don't, maybe it is a big derp thing that can one-shot stuff. I'm not too sure. But there's another Panzer 4H over here, and that Panzer 4H player is platooned up with the OI, but he's just been taken out by the Panzer 4H on Jump's team. Let's have he's looking for the Type 95. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the Australian server only need 3 players in each team to get a game at low tiers with the bots. Why aren't people playing it? Why aren't people playing it? Just play on it. It's your own server. Buy Australian made. Jump does. Jump's an absolute legend in the Panzer 5-4. Platooned up with his old mate, GS Wombat in the church. Looking at the OI experimental. Shoots him once. Blind shots. Not sure about where that one went. The Type 95 is still spotted. Puts one towards the Type 95, which is no longer spotted. And all of a sudden, his teammates are dropping off like flies. We saw this just a few days ago. He zooms in and out just to warm up his finger. 3-4 the score. 250 hit points of damage done. You might be thinking, Stewie, what are you doing? There's not much happening here. Might be a slow start, but he's just getting ready. He's getting ready to warm up now. Have a quick mouthful of coffee, and then we'll get ready to carry this game. Someone said there was a barbecue down there at K1. I'm not sure what's happening over there at K1. I think there's 5 tanks down there now as well. The T28, a couple of Arties, and a couple of TDs. I'm not really sure what's happening. They're that far away from Jump, you can't even see them. They're out of his render range. Who knows what's happening there? But one thing for sure, if this Panzer 4H pokes him, they should kill him. Well, they should. You never know, right? You never know with bots. They can be unpredictable. 4-4's the score. Jump on up. Finds the Type 95. Shoots him once. Rams him for the kill. And that's his first ram kill. Blocks the other Type 95. Shoots him once. Shoots him again for the kill. And that's his third kill. 6-4 the score. Now, all of a sudden, we're winning this game. Jump on up. He's on a mission. He's on a mission to win this game. He's not on a personal mission. He's on a mission to win this game. 572 damage done so far. 100 damage blocked by armor. Is in the groovy looking Panzer 5-4 with the cool desert camo on a summer map. I'm not sure how that works, but it looks fantastic. I reckon it looks fantastic. The Hetzer shoots him from behind, but there's no team damage, so who cares? I think the Hetzer, maybe the Hetzer wants to, maybe the Hetzer wants some more damage. Gets hit by the looks, but again, there's no team damage, so it doesn't matter. Ram kills the Saint PZ2, whatever the hell that is, at tier 4. Germanati, I think, and after I think the looks might have hit it once, and that's why the looks' second shot might have hit Jump, because Jump grabbed the ram kill. 4 kills to Jump on it from 1A Auckland. What a champion. 762 hit points of damage done. Finds enemy Artie, shoots him once. His platoon mate Wombat kills the M41 HMC, and now he's looking there towards the Bishop. Shoots him once, catches the Bishop's round, and that Bishop does have a fast reload. He wants to get rid of him pretty quickly. That was for 4. He's got the HE loaded. No, the HE won't go through that thing. Doesn't matter because the M41 HMC kills the Bishop, and that brings the score back to 10-6. Jump on it from 1AR on 150 hit points. He's probably maybe a little bit concerned about his hit points. Wombat's got 600. He finds the Hetzer, shoots him once, rams him again. Is that 3 ram kills? I think it might be. Is that 3 ram kills? I think it might be. 11-6 the score. 4 tanks remain. The Panzer 4H. That's the same guy down there at G1. Is he on his side or something? He has not moved since the very start of this battle. Jump on it, finds the M8A1 tier 4. Shoots him a couple of times and rams him again. Another ram kill. There's the looks on the enemy team. Throws a shot in the looks' direction. Doesn't quite land it. Now that looks is not a real player. 134 hit points left on Jump's Panzer 5-4. 1,216 damage done. 460 damage blocked by armor. 332 assisted damage. Zooming in and out like an absolute champion. It just leaves a T67. We know at tier 5 you see T67 specialists all day long. Jump under on 6 kills with the top gun. Looking towards, there he goes. He shoots him once, and everyone, look at those rounds going for the T67. Kiwi player says, I want a ram kill too. Ram kills the enemy T67, and that one gets wound up 15-6. Not bad, not too bad at all. My old mate Jump on it from 1AR clan in the PZ 5-4. He's good for a laugh, Jump. I'll give you that much. He's good for a laugh. And who doesn't love a ram kill? There'll be more ram kills in the next replay or two. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Also the Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect. He got 2 bonds because he picked up the high caliber, as well as the top gun. No No medal for a ram kills. 3 ram kills. Was it 3 or 4? I don't know. I reckon it might have been 3 or 4. It might have been 10. Who knows? 6 kills to jump on it from 1AR in the PZ54. 1,553 hit points of damage done. 1155 base experience. That was enough for an ace. 22 shots fired. 15 hit. 12 penned. A little bit blocked. A little bit of assisted damage. Didn't make credits. He lost 18,167 credits after tax, even with a premium account. Full price for consumables by the looks of it. And like I mentioned last game, it's because they haven't been on sale for such a long time. No one's got any left. But not bad. And you must have, maybe there was some APCR spam there. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. All I remember were the Rams. Let's move on to game number 3 in this Tier 5 extravaganza. This is Sigh from PB Clack. PB Clack. I keep saying clack. I don't know. I'm sorry. Again, we're playing on the Aussie server. And on the Aussie server, we are up against the bots. There you go. This is what I mean. This might have been during the daytime. I'm not too sure. I don't even know how to find out. I'm sure there's a way. All those tanks with little marks next to their names, they're the bots on the Aussie server. So if you're not playing on the Aussie server, you're doing it wrong. You should be on the Aussie server. Best server for sure. Sigh platoon up his old mate Feet Food, who's made a massive comeback on the Aussie server. They're at Tier 5. The 25 TP. That's the Tier 5 Polish. Is it a heavy or a medium? I don't know. But look at it. It just looks crazy. Is this... I don't remember going through this line. Anyway, the binos activated. Sigh and Feet Food from PBCAC. Feet Food in the Crusader, which is a tank I might be rebuying soon, because I've got a feeling that's where the British wheeled light tanks might come from. That's not inside information, that's just speculation on my part though. Sigh in the 25 TP. Let's have a look at this gun. 75mm gun. 135 damage, 135 penetration. APCR is 175 penetration. Who knows? They're over here. They're on deep fried line. Siegfried line. Deep fried line, Stewie. What are you talking about? And have a look at this tank. It looks fantastic. I've never noticed how cool the 25 TP looks. I've never noticed how cool it looks before. Who knows? It's a medium. I think it's a medium. Pretty sure. He's got 2 marks of excellence on it. He's going for a 3rd. Let's see how he goes. Looks towards the looks. Aim. Gee, that seemed to take a long time to aim. Anyway, the looks isn't going to move. So Sigh says thanks. I'll take that. I'll take that kill. Thank you very much. 131 damage done so far. I don't think the second shot came up in this little thing here, which tells you how much damage it did, because it was unspotted. Looks there towards, what's there? T-34. No problem. Shoots him once. For 146 hit points. One more shot will kill the T-34. He'll probably go up there and he might kill all of them. Who knows? Like I mentioned earlier, if you're living in Australia and you're not playing on the Aussie server, this is what you're missing out on. Not only are you missing out on bots making up the numbers at low tiers, but you're also missing out on a much better connection. I think that's how it works. I'm sure that's how it works. Remember when the cable used to go out all the time in Singapore and people used to say, give us a server in Australia. That's what used to happen. The cable would go out, a fishing boat or a shark or an anchor, or maybe it was zombies. I don't know. Something used to kill the cable that went from, I think it was from Perth to Singapore. And the Aussie server, the Aussie players jumped on the forums and said, give us a server in Australia, Wargaming. We'll fill it. We'll play on the Aussie server. All right, well, here it is. This is the Aussie server. You can play against Sigh and Feet Food in their 25 TP and their Crusaders. You can play against bots. You can play against me. You can play against other people that you might know. The best thing about being part of a small community like the Aussie server, sometimes there's only a few hundred online. Sometimes there's 1,000. Sometimes there's more. Last night I was playing, or the night before I recorded this video, there was 1,500 online. I think it was Sunday night. Anyway, rant over. Rant almost over. 5-2 the score. Gets shot by the VK30-01H. 204 health left on the 25 TP, Tier 5 medium tank, Polish medium tank. And Sigh says, I'll just get rid of that 14 TP, which I'm tipping is the one before this in the tech tree. I still think it looks comical. It's a comical look at... I'm not going to say it looks like a duck, because we've already got the duck in the AMX 40, that little French thing that goes really slowly. 6-2. The Hetz is about to get blown apart by Feet. Brings up his second kill. 4 kills to Sigh from PBK Clan in the 25 TP. The Tier 5 Polish medium tank. 888 hit points of damage done so far. That's a lucky number if you're that way inclined. Unfortunately, Feet got derped by the purple people eater on the VK3001H. Best, that's the thing, that's the other thing about the Aussie server. Best in-game names in the world, I would argue, maybe, in the world. Play on the Aussie server. The VK3001H is in the middle of the map. It looks like he's just shooting out at those light tanks. Was that a derp kind of gun? I don't know what that thing's got. 7-3's a score, 4 kills to Sigh. 888 damage done. He's got 2 marks of excellence on this thing, and I'm hoping he's going to get a third soon, because the tank looks funny. Have a look at it. It's got a very flat hull. It's got a very round turret, and he kills the purple people eater. Who says you can't get good in-game names all over the world? Only on the Australian server you get in-game names like the purple people eater. There's the B1, and he's going to say this should be easy damage all day. Unfortunately, the Valentine 2 shot him. Takes him down to 156 hit points. 1265 damage done. A little bit of assisted damage, a little bit damage block. Put this little concrete thing, pillbox, is that what they're called, between him and where he thinks the Valentine 2 might be shooting from, and hope to get some damaging shots into the town. The score's 8-3. You'd hope a win is maybe not inevitable. Definitely likely. The win's definitely likely. But at low tiers, it can turn very, very fast indeed. And Sigh knows that. That's why he's taking his time. Shoots the Valentine 2 once. And normally the Valentine 2 would never see a tier 5 game, because it's one of those super preferential matchmaking tanks, similar to the B2. Shakes his mouth in frustration, saying, "What am I doing here?" Shoots him again. Gets damage again. I hope he kills him. He does. Thank Christ for that. 6 kills. That's the top gun for Sigh in PBCAC in the 25 TP. The 25 the toilet paper. It's the tank which looks like, it just looks. All right, I'm over it. I'm over how good it looks. It looks fantastic. It looks funny as well. There's the M8A1, and there's his 7th kill. Only 2 tanks remain. Now make that 1, and it's the B1, and he wants some of that damage. He's on 200 odd health. Aside from PBCAC on 7 kills. He's 1 kill away for a Radley. Do you get Radley Walters at tier 5? Hopefully we'll find out very soon. Shoots the B1 once. Wow, 1 more will be a kill shot for him. Doesn't want to die. Coming around. There's no one else who's... There he is. That's 8 kills. Let's find out if you can get a Radley Walters at tier 5. Not bad. Nice, says Food Food in the chat. And that was 8 kills. And where else can you get games? Where else can you get games at low tier against bots like that? You want an Australian server. Players, if you're living in Australia or New Zealand, and if you were one of those guys asking for a server in Australia, but you're now playing on Hong Kong, get on the Aussie server. Even in the mornings, even in the afternoons, you can get games at low tier because of the bots. They make up the numbers. A game only needs 6 players. Only need 3 players a team to get a game. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from the old mate Sigh from PBCAC Clan. Bruiser Medal, Duelist, Fire for Effect. He got 5 bonds for the Radley Walters, the High Caliber, the Top Gun, 2013 hit points of damage, 8 kills, 1185 base experience. He fired 27 shots, 20 hit, 18 penned, some sniped. Yeah. Not unusual. Some sniped, some blocked, a little bit of assisted damage, and he even made some credits. 25,000 credits. That's not bad for a tier 5 game. That's not a premium tank. It's only a 6-minute game. 25,000 credits. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. High five to Sigh, and we move on to our 4th and final replay in today's tier 5 extravaganza. The game's still loading. What happened there? I think I pushed the wrong button. Never mind. This is my old mate Ziggy. Ziggy from ACAV. I was platooning with Ziggy the other day. Very entertaining man. And this is another example of bots making up the numbers on the Aussie server. So if you're living in Australia or New Zealand, get on the Australian server. Don't be crazy about it. Remember when the cables went out and the cable from Perth to Singapore. Remember when that blew up or whatever happened to it? I think it was zombies. Don't quote me. It might have been. I think it was. No, it was zombies. It was definitely zombies that blew up the cable between Perth and Singapore, and the zombie fishermen. And everyone said, build a server in Sydney, Wargaming. Well, Wargaming built a server in Sydney, and people aren't playing on it. So play on it. If you're playing in Hong Kong, you're playing on the wrong server. If you live in Hong Kong, though, enjoy your server. Anyway, Ziggy Echo 27. What a legend. He's on Twitch. He's on Twitch and YouTube. His links will be down there with all that other stuff that I put down there. Now, when you're watching this replay, whatever you do, don't blink. This is the PZ54, the same tank that jumps on it. He's got the Aussie flag on it. He's got the Aussie flag on it. He's just clearing out the cobwebs out of the gun barrel. That's what he's firing those couple of shots into the ground for. There's a few cobwebs there. He's got chocolate running as a premium consumable, and that's going to help his aim time, his reload time. And maybe his trigger finger was just a little bit itchy. I'm not too sure. He's got standard rounds loaded. He's also got APCR rounds loaded, ready to rock and roll. We're on Himmelsdorf, and we went through the gun parameters with Jump's game, but we'll do it again. It's a 75mm gun. 110 alpha damage, 110 pen with standard, 158 with premium. He's got the chocolate running, and that's going to help his reload time, his aim time, his vision, and his vision can be pretty important when you're in a low-tier game with a tank like this. You can outspot anyone. Maybe not on Himmelsdorf, but on other ones. And Ziggy's showing no signs of slowing down. Looking over this ridgeline, he's saying, oh, I haven't quite got the gun to... Yes, I do. I can shoot this guy. PZ38 shoots him, but he blocks it, because this thing does have a little bit of armor. PZ34 shoots the AMX40 a couple of times. Make that third time doesn't quite find the target. The PZ38NA, whatever the hell that is, finally pens a shot for 30 odd hit points, and Ziggy's saying, I'm having none of that. Come here, little fella. Drives straight past him, turns around and shoots him. Not going for the round kills, but he's got 2 kills already. 2 kills, 448 hit points of damage. Lost a little bit of health. He's on 307 hit points out of his original 520. They're winning 4-1 though, so it's time to get the skates on. The coffee always goes cold when I do these extravaganzas. I'm not sure why. 4-1 the score. Ziggy Echo 27 from 7ACAV. His mates with Shell Sponge and lots of other legends in 7ACAV clan. They are fantastic people. Lucky I was platooning with them the other day, and I was having dinner with Ziggy, this bloke, just a few weeks ago. An absolute gentleman. 4-2's the score. Waiting. Didn't quite, just crashed into the wall there, but that's okay. Looking for a kill. This will be no, it won't be a kill. It'll be damaging though. Shoots the M8A1. That's one of the bots. This is what I'm talking about. Get on the Aussie server if you're an Aussie. Why are you playing on Hong Kong if you're an Aussie? I don't know where that shot went. He's still auto-aimed. Picks up the kill on the M8A1. That's his third kill. 6-3 the score now. One of his friends got taken out, but I don't think it was a real player anyway. There's the DW2, and the DW2 having a little bit of trouble penetrating the PZ54. That's why people like this tank, because it looks good, and that is important, like it or not. Like it or not, it is important. Auto-aims on the IKV 103, shoots him once, shoots him twice, one more for the kill, he gets it, and that brings the score up to 8-3. 5 kills to Ziggy. Ziggy Echo 27 from 7ACAV clan. An absolute gentleman, nice bloke, and a funny fellow as well. 1,288 damage done. There's a Matilda, mad as cheese. I told ya, best in-game names in the world on the Aussie server. You don't get in-game names like Mad as Cheese and the Purple People Eater. You don't get those in-game names on any server but here. But there you go, 12-3. Easy. Top Gun, 6 kills, 1477 damage done. And I reckon it's going to be an ace, do you? Of course it's going to be an ace. Ziggy Echo 27 from ACAV, you legend. Ace Tagger Mastery Badge for that little game. Duelist, fire for effect. He got 27 bonds. That would have been part of that the mission for the premium account. High caliber, Top Gun. He topped the score charts with 1,477 hit points of damage, 1,000 base experience, 6 kills. The M10 RBFM. He had a pretty good game as well. Shout out to that guy. And he even made some money. 44,500 credits. That's after tax with a premium account. Some kind of payout there, though, because it says here 31, but sometimes that comes out. That's not bad for a premium. It's not bad for a premium tank at tier 5. He wasn't firing APCR. He was firing normal ammunition, and it looks like Ziggy's done the right thing here. And he's still got some half-price chocolate left in the garage. 24 shots fired, 16 hit, and they all penned. 3-3. Remember, he was shooting the ground at the start, clearing the cobwebs out of that gun barrel. Smart thing to do. Don't forget to check out Ziggy on Twitch and YouTube. The link will be down there along with all the other stuff. Massive thanks to Ziggy Echo from 7ACAV, Sigh from PBCAC, Jump from 1AR Clan, and me old mate the Flying Elite. Check out Flying Elite and Ziggy on YouTube and Twitch. Links will be down there. Show them some love. Tell them I sent you. And don't forget to play on the Aussie server. Thanks for the replays, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you all next time. That's right, folks. There's a reason I don't play on the EU server. It's because I live on the other side of the world. I play on the Aussie server because that's where I live. If all the Aussies played on the Aussie server, we wouldn't have any trouble getting games, whether it's random battles, front lines, platoons, skirmishes, all that kind of jazz. So get on board if you're an Aussie or a Kiwi, especially if you're one of those guys that was screaming for an Aussie server when the cable went down to Singapore. Get on the Aussie server. The connection is so much better. And especially if you're in a light tank or a medium tank and you're like buzzing around, like we saw in some of those games, buzzing around, the connection is so much better. If you're better off connecting to Sydney than you are to Hong Kong, then why don't you do it? I've gotten games when there's less than 100 players online. That's a fact. That's an undeniable fact. Yes, low tier, but if more people jump on, the more people will get games all the way up to tier 10. So please, if you're an Aussie or a Kiwi, jump on. Get on board the Aussie server. That's what it's there for. It was built for you and me. It was built for you. It was built for nobody else but you and me. So get onto the Aussie server. Get the good gameplay. Get the people who you might know. You'll see people that you know. People like you've seen today in today's video. You might see him in-game. Say good day. Say hello. Tell them I sent you. And hopefully they say hello back. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, get on board the Aussie server. It's the best server in the universe. Have a good weekend. Take care and see you all next time.